It is the year 21 BBY of the Clone Wars, and from a purely statistical standpoint, the Galactic Republic appears to be doing rather well. Camino holds firm on the Republic defense. Ryloth has recently been secured, and the second battle of Geonosis has ended in what can only be described as a monumental victory for the Galactic Republic. But across the stars, the Confederacy of Independent Systems is less confident. A few victories still pepper the war reports here and there, but the overall momentum has shifted. The Republic has pushed them back, slowly but surely. However, within the CIS war machine, there is no panic, only calculations, only production, only the unwavering belief that setbacks are an inconvenience in an otherwise inevitable victory. But fate, as it tends to do in galaxies like this, has no interest in long-term plans. Because on the edge of wild space, something else stirs. A threat without diplomacy, without ambition, without fear. A swarm of endless hunger. A consuming darkness that does not care for numbers, casualties, or resistance. A force that does not negotiate, does not retreat, and does not stop. And unfortunately, for the CIS, they're about to become the first to look directly at it. On one of their outer mining worlds, Excarga, a relatively unremarkable but strategically important mining planet, Excarga provides raw minerals and refined ores to Hypori, a key CIS industrial hub operated by the Techno Union. Hypori itself feeds the war machine. Droids, vehicles, weapons, and components all flow out from its factories into the broader Separatist war effort. Excarga is not glamorous. It is not a heavily populated world, but it is essential, and so it is defended accordingly. A modest but respectable CIS fleet orbits the world, approximately 11 vessels in total, frigates from various corporate alignments, including banking clan escorts and a single Providence-class destroyer, acting as the command vessel. A space station anchors the system, providing resupply, maintenance, and coordination. Nothing special, nothing unusual. And most importantly, nothing ever happens here. The war has never truly touched Excarga. It is too remote, too unimportant, too out of the way to warrant Republic attention. The fleet stationed here has grown comfortable. Routine patrols, training exercises, and convoy escorts to Hyporia, then back again, day after day, and cycle after cycle. Even the organic personnel have begun to relax. There has been no battle, no stress, no urgency, only drills, only repetition, only boredom. The planet itself reflects this complacency, a lush-tempered world of forests and open plains, with designated mineral extraction zones carved into its surface like scars. Massive excavation rigs rise above the canopies like skeletal skyscrapers. It is functional, but quiet, stable yet predictable. which in wartime is exactly the kind of place that stops paying attention. Today, however, is different. A routine training exercise is underway. The fleet is simulating movement through a nearby asteroid field. Standard doctrine, standard drills, standard everything. The command of the exercise has been assigned to a tactical droid aboard the Providence-class vessel, designation TX-4419. Efficient, logical, arrogant in the quiet way all tactical droids eventually become when they've been given no proper test. Its strategy is always the same. Use the asteroids as cover, maintain formation, deploy limited fighter scream, gather data, refine probability matrices, repeat. It has done the same exercise countless of times, and it expects to do it countless more. Because nothing ever changes here. The fleet begins to transition into a planetary blockade formation as part of the exercise. A routine adjustment, a textbook maneuver. Some droids idle, some run diagnostics, some simply stand waiting for orders that will never come. The Providence class monitors sensors arrays, running background calculations on every possible contingency that will never occur. Then a sensor spike. At first it is distant. A drifting mass, likely an asteroid cluster, displaced by gravitational shift. Slow moving, irregular, harmless. The tactical droid permits itself something resembling satisfaction. Finally, a target. A live fire exercise that might actually require attention. All weapons are brought to readiness. Guns charged, systems armed. The fleet is notified, the station acknowledges. Protocol is followed precisely. They wait. Hours pass. The object approaches. Slowly. Too slowly. And yet it does not behave like an asteroid should. There's structure to it. Irregular movement. Subtle organic distortions along its surface. The tactical droid does not process this as fear. It processes it as curiosity. A deviation worth studying. When the object finally enters firing range, the Providence class issues the order. Fire. Dozens of magnificent class frigates unleash coordinated volleys of long-range heavy turbo laser fire. The opening barrage lights up the void in disciplined, calculated destruction. Any pirate force would have been annihilated instantaneously. Any debris field would be shattered. The target is struck, and for a brief moment it reacts. The asteroid shifts, splits, and moves. And then it reveals what it truly is. A living vessel. A hive ship. Something that should not exist in any known military database. The tactical droid does not immediately comprehend what it is seeing. That is its first failure. A second volley is ordered, but it is already too late. The hive ship opens. And the swarm begins. Millions of organic fighting organisms erupt from its hull like a collapsing star given flesh. They do not fly in formation. They do not coordinate in any recognizable way. They simply fall forwards into violence. The tactical droid deploys fighters immediately. All available interceptors are launched. A reasonable response, a correct response, a hopeless response. The CIS fighters engage. They are precise, disciplined, efficient, and utterly irrelevant. The swarm does not break, it does not slow, it adapts. Within minutes, fighter losses exceed acceptable thresholds. Within seconds after that, the tactical droid recalculates its odds of victory. 70.88% chance, then 42.995, then 18.776. Then the sensors update. There is not one hive ship. There are more. 2, then 5, then 10. Then an entire fleet emerges from the void like a living extinction event. The tactical droid stops recalculating probabilities as meaningful data and instead issues a single order. The fleet does not hesitate. 10 frigates are ordered to hold the line. A sacrifice, a delay tactic, a necessary loss to ensure the command ship and supply vessels escape. The Providence class pivots immediately, hulling mineral carriers into formation behind it. A minor attempt at salvage, a logical decision to preserve at least some value from the system. Behind them, the sacrifice has begun. 3 frigates are gone almost instantly, then 4, and then, after that, the line collapses. The hive ships fire biological weapons across the void, cracking hulls open with living artillery. The station is overwhelmed moments later, consumed by boarding organisms before it can even broadcast a final warning. The tactical droid does not watch, it calculates. 9.86% chance of escape. Acceptable in these conditions. Not good, but acceptable. The Providence class engages its hyperspace drive and jumps. Excarga is lost. In the silence that follows, as the surviving vessels jump away into hyperspace, the tactical droid begins running new calculations. Hypori becomes the next probable target, then Geonosis, then the chains of supply worlds beyond. What it does not understand yet is that this is not a conventional invasion pattern. There will be no front lines, there will be no supply chain disruptions, only consumption, only hunger, and this is merely first contact. So there you have it, lads. Yeah, that's right. I actually went and made a bloody animated video. Now I know full well none of you were expecting this, and honestly, a month ago, neither was I. But this has been quietly cooking up in the background for quite a while now, and I finally thought, you know what? Fucking screw it. Let's see if I can actually pull this thing off. And look, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like this is some top tier masterpiece. I'm not Janovich, and I'm not some elite animation wizard. But for our first attempt, and yes lads, this is our first attempt, I think you can all take it. This absolute bastard took me well over a month to do. That's including research and everything else. 1 month of trial and error, 1 month of things breaking, 1 month of me questioning my life choices and things not rendering. But in the end, I think we got there. And on top of all that, lads, this is my 5,000 subscriber special. So I, your boy, learned how to animate for you lot. You're welcome. Now, what does this mean for the channel moving forward? Honestly, fucking nothing at the moment. Nothing yet. I'm still figuring out how to properly work this into my usual content without absolutely destroying my upload schedule or my fucking sanity. So, for now, the regular videos aren't going away anytime soon. But if this video does well, and if you all enjoy it, then I will be making a series out of this. That is the plan and the intention. because I've got so many more ideas, dangerous ones, great ones, and you're going to see the entire Clone Wars and the Tyranids hit each other and kill each other, of course, if this does well. So, if you've enjoyed this, make sure to smash the like button, like it's a Tyranid hive ship getting absolutely bullied by a magnificent class broadside. Subscribe to the channel, and let me know down below what your thoughts were on this genuine dumpster fire. And of course, lads, without further ado, remember, I'm Killer Studios, and whether it's insane crossovers, unhinged battles, or full-on animations, I fully intend to live up to my name. So have a killing day, you bloody legends, and I will see you in my next one.